Welcome back. We have a research professional here. He researches in the economy and he's a participant at this conference, Dr. Ifediora Amobi of the African Heritage Institution. Thank you for coming.
He's actually the Executive Director of African Heritage Institution.
Thank you for having me.
You have worked around the world. You worked with the United Nations and the DFID. You've done research work into the economies, and you've been part of this conversation from the first day till today. Now, how would you rate the conversations that have happened here?
Yeah, they've actually been very, 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 very inspiring. It's been 3 days of very exciting, very educative, very informative discussions, recommendations, solutions. We've discussed everything from the African economy as it is today and the African economy as we want to see it in the next 50 years, which ties into the African Union's Vision 2063 agenda. And so I think everybody that attended has left this place with a lot of information. I've been privileged to meet with young Africans, the future generations, people that are quite excited about Africa's future and are really inspired and want to be part of moving the continent forward.
So it doesn't seem as if that the youths are just sitting and folding their hands. They're actually very keen on being part of this growth and inclusiveness that we're talking about for Africa.
Yes, they are. As a matter of fact, the World Economic Forum has their global leadership program, where youths from all across the continent and all across the world are part of. And these are young people under the age of 40 who have proven themselves in various fields, whether it's in their businesses or whether it's just inspiring and being good mentors to younger ones and to their peers. And they are part of this group. And here in Abuja, in this forum, they really came out with a voice, they participated. And I mean, it was just incredible just seeing the zeal and the hunger and that fire burning in their stomach.
Okay, at the end of the day, the management of the World Economic Forum talked about 3 pillars, or 3 things that they targeted, and those 3 things were achieved.
Community of interest.
Community of interest, community of focus, and community of action. Now let's look at that action bit. With the recommendations that have been put forward, how do you see these recommendations being carried through?
Normally, implementing what has been discussed hasn't really been the easiest thing. But I saw a lot of commitment from the participants, from the discussants and the speakers. We had here in Abuja not only our own President Goodluck Jonathan, who was very, very eloquently forceful in talking about how we can create jobs and inclusive growth, and his speech itself was mostly about job creation and how to really get the youths engaged, and you can see the passion from what he was saying. But we also had presidents from other African countries, from Cote d'Ivoire to Benin to representatives from South Africa, etc. And they really were committed to the cause and really made recommendations on how they would, in their own countries, take the recommendations from this forum and then drive it. And one of the things I hope will happen after today would be to take all these things that have come out in the past 3 days, put it together in what we could call subcommittees, have people that participated across the continent be part of these subcommittees, and then come up with actionable activities, timelines, responsibilities, and when these things can be achieved, so that by the time we meet again next year, we'll be able to say, okay, this is how much we've done, and then this is how much that needs to be done. That way we go from being a talk,
more than just talk,
to action.
Well, Dr. Amobi, let's take a quick break and catch our breath, and we'll come back and continue this conversation.
Thank you. We'll be back shortly. Just a few more minutes and we will be
a few more seconds.
and we're closing the WEF studios from Abuja, where the 24th edition of the World Economic Forum on Africa held. Harriet, we still have Dr. Amobi. Dr. Amobi, sustainability,
Yes.
human capital, resources, in the next few seconds, how can we carry it through?
Well, one way, and this is something that came up a lot at the forum, was having a borderless continental economy, where Africans can move from one country to another with their goods and services, less visa restrictions, less border or trade, barriers, be able to now work together, integrate, and just keep this going. Examples were given about how it's easier to get a visa to go to Paris than it is to get a visa to come to Abuja, and how long it takes. And that's one of the things that Nigeria was actually exposed when they said it takes about 2 months just to get a visa here. And so some of these things we have to really look at, and that will improve our own investment climate and make it easy for people to come here and invest.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amobi, for speaking with us. And I'm sure you really, you sound like you had a good time at the World Economic Forum.
Oh, I did. And one more thing, we have to bring our girls back home.
Yes, we
Our
have
girls
to
will
bring
come back home.
Yes.
Dr. Ifejire Amobi, Executive Director of the African Heritage Institution. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Harriet, we have 20 seconds.
To officially close.
And the countdown starts now.
1, 2. Well, it's been an exciting time here in Abuja for us in Channels Television. Of course, Channels Television was the host broadcaster for this interesting event, this key event in the business calendar, and it's been our pleasure broadcasting this event to the world. Thank you also, all our viewers, for keeping with us, keeping faith with us, and being with us as we took you through the journey of 3 days at the World Economic Forum Africa. As you know, we were broadcasting this live on our different portals on m.channelstv.com. You could watch it mobile while you were on the move, and it was also a good time for people to share ideas, because you see, a lot of things have to be done to ensure that Africa, not just Africa, Nigeria also grows, and it's more inclusive and creates jobs.
All right, Harriet took the words from my mouth. Thank you so much, and have yourself a good night. I am Neo Taigbe.
I'm Harriet Agbein.
The World Economic Forum studios shut down in Abuja right now.